everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing Jonathan's classroom tour. So we're done with his classroom and I'm going to show you the grand finale of what it looks like. It's so nice. I'm so proud of us. It took a while, not gonna lie, it took a while. It was so hot outside and he had no air conditioner in his classroom, so we were melting. So I don't know, it was an adventure, but go ahead and shop the items in the down bar if you're interested in anything you see. They're all linked for you below. If you like anything in this video, they're all gonna be linked for you. If you like this video in general, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that and hit the bell so you're notified every single time that I post a new video. And here we go, Jonathan's middle school classroom setup tour. Okay, so this is Jonathan's classroom. Now, kids won't enter through this door. They're actually going to enter through the door on the other side of the room, right in front, if you can see that. This is just his entrance that he enters in the morning. And here's an overview of the classroom. Now, if you were watching our setup videos, you started on the first day, then you'll know that it looks a lot different. It was very, very plain. He has a record player right here in this blue case. That's a record player. He has some records on top. This little wheelie thing is just where he houses all of his random things, like there's a bucket of Raid and cleaners in there, random things. There's a crate of books at the bottom, right under here, and then he has his miniature fridge. Now, if you're a teacher and you don't have a miniature fridge, you need to get one. They are a lifesaver. There's his phone right behind this box of books. Now, this box of books, he actually is going to display, so that's not going to stay there. Here is his file cabinet. So his file cabinet has everything for his classes and everything like that. And then there's a bin there where kids will have all of their work where there's no name on it. So there's a little meme there if you saw it. It said just to put your name on things. Now this is a table for the TA. Inside this little box here, the suitcase, there's a lot of prizes. And on this bottom shelf here that you're seeing, there's kind of jars. And Jonathan likes to hand out raffle tickets. And he'll have kids write the name on the raffle tickets and he'll put them in each of these jars. So he has 6 different little ones for his 6 classes, and then he also has a big one for a bigger prize. And inside this suitcase, he actually has all of the prizes. So he leaves that on the TA's desk, so if he does have a TA. If we move over to the side, we can see he has a map of the world. It's a black one. It's so cool. He has his bookshelf, and there's little like deer forest knickknack things on there, and then all of the books are displayed on this bookshelf. Now, I love them being over here on this bookshelf. They used to be on the other side on the white cabinets and it didn't look as good, but it looks so good over here in this black bookshelf. Love it. These are just some little toys that we have that are like forest themed, and then I chose a couple books from the bookshelf and put them on top to display them that had that forest theme too, so they both have like tree bark as the background type of thing. Speaking of trees, there's a fake imitation tree here. This is just an old Christmas tree, so it has Christmas lights on it, but it looks like a tree that you would find in the forest. So we just got some cloth that had like the tree bark print and we wrapped it around the bottom base, so it just looks like a forest tree. And this whole wall was blank, so we put together this little display board. So there are some boards here on the wall where Jonathan can just display all of the student work, the student essays. We put some words at the top. It says Writer's Forest, so any awesome essays or A+ work goes up on there. And there's also the little wooden bear, which makes it seem more foresty. Moving on, we have his cabinet. That's just where he stores a lot of things, and he just likes to put stickers on there, so we added a few more stickers. And I want to show you our desk setup. So we have 5 desks, and this is how we set them up. So there are 3 facing one way, and then 2 are facing each other. So the one that's facing another student may have to actually be moved because their back is facing the board. This is the door where they enter, and once they enter, they're going to see this. So these are just some rules and like little motivational things for the school, but this is the outside, so this is on campus. So this is where students are going to line up and come into class. Over on this side, we have a lot of important things like turn-in bins. So he has all of the bins for his classes. He used red and blue for the turn-in bins. We put a sticker of a bear and a wolf over there, and there's also some cloth underneath those turn-in bins just to make it a little bit more exciting. The regular counter was kind of ugly, so we put the cloth on and it looks so much better. It matches the theme. Inside each of the drawers, there's like different materials, markers, pencils, crayons. I'm sure there's lots of different materials in there, but these are the two little sticker things. So, well, they're little posters. We got them at Target at the dollar spot. There's a wolf and there's a bear. There were a lot more other ones like elephants and things like that. We just didn't use them. And then there's little signs around. One was like campers, lots of camper type of, you know, decorations. And there's paper in this drawer. Again, this is where students will turn in their bins. So they're numbered for each period. And then all of these bins over here are just for student work. So once they complete student work, they just put their own work in their own file. If you look on the board, it's actually an entire bulletin board filled with maps. So Jonathan actually likes to travel a ton, and he has like the most amazing photos all over his Instagram. If you're interested in following him, I'll link him down below. But the maps that he picks up from all the places he travels to, we actually have them displayed on the board. So I thought that was such an awesome idea. When we first got into his classroom, I saw them there, but so he had these already set up, but it wasn't finished, so we added some more. And there's pictures of students for Ranger of the Month. So basically, it's like Student of the Month, only it's Ranger of the Month because it's like the whole theme. So I thought that was so clever and it was so cute. So they have Polaroid pictures of all of the Rangers of the Month on there, and then there's also this little hat, if you saw that earlier. This wall is a little plain. We are probably going to put student work around the whiteboard, but right now it's just going to be plain, but it's going to be filled with student work. This is what the room looks like from this corner, and you can see all the desks are set up facing the front of the room. And here we have his other cabinets. This one is kind of busted, but he needed another cabinet for storage. We actually went through and we organized it. Look at that. That looks so nice. On the inside, you have all just materials that needs to be put away. We don't want to see it, so we just hide it in there. And there's also this little skeleton guy. So this was a Halloween decoration, and he was going to get rid of it, but I told him, no, let's put it in the cabinet. He's so cool. So we put him in there. And this cabinet over here, so this is awesome. It used to be all white, but I decided to paint a mural on it. I originally wanted to paint a mural on the other side of the classroom, that big old empty wall where we have the clipboards, but we weren't allowed to paint the walls, and I wanted a mural, so we asked and we were allowed to paint the cabinets. So I went ahead and just painted all of this on my own. I found a picture online and I tried to freehand it as well as I could, and I think it turned out pretty well. I am not the best artist, but I just think it's really awesome. It definitely adds some color and it makes the classroom a little more exciting. Inside, it's just a lot of books, a lot of notebooks, kind of a mess inside, but the outside, it just looks so clean, and I just really love the mural. I love the picture. It took about 3 days to do, only because it was so hot that we were literally melting in there. Okay, maybe not literally, but we were sweating so bad. But this is where all the books were, and I didn't like them over there, so we moved them all over to the other bookcase. Now here are just some easels. These are on wheels. These are whiteboards, and these are for his AVID class. So Jonathan teaches English language arts. He teaches English language development, which is kids who don't speak English, and he teaches AVID. And if you don't know much about AVID, they use a lot of whiteboards. So he has quite a lot of them over there. There's one on the board over here, and he just needs to make sure that he has them at all times for his AVID class. So this is what it looks like from this corner, and then we are moving on to this side. Now this board used to have some other things on it, but we actually went through some CD cases and pulled out the like little inserts that have the photos and everything, and we just stapled them up to this cork board, and we just made this giant collage, and it looks so cool. So these are all like bands from a while ago when we were like in junior high and high school, so like 10 years ago or something. But he had all of these and he wanted to do something with them. He just didn't know what. So we just decided to put together this collage on his whiteboard, or on a corkboard. So it was really cool. Now here's the front of the room. Underneath this whiteboard, there's some pennants there. There's some college pennants. There's a pennant for the Spurs, and then there's a pennant for the actual school that he works at. So he just wanted to have pennants there, and he's going to buy some more, so he's going to put them on the other side too. This is a table he keeps in the front of the room just to like have copies so he remembers to pass them out. We just put a blanket over this table just to make it look more camping theme, and it's really cute. I love it. There's pencil sharpener up here, so kids can just come up, sharpen their pencils. We got some decorations. These are like little lanterns. And he has the little tea lights, so he's going to put those inside, but they are battery operated, so he doesn't have to worry about catching the school on fire. And then there's this little climbing the mountain type of decoration. And we've got some string lights that we strung around this chalkboard. Now, he never uses a chalkboard, so we just fill it with things. He has word of the week, and we have a bear that's speaking, so the bear is telling us what word of the week we have. And then at the top there are thinking maps, because English language arts you have to have thinking maps displayed because you're going to use them. He has a TV in his class, so that covers the chalkboard. And then if you look closely over here, these little wooden things on the chalkboard, those are actually post-it notes, so we like taped them. There was a border that we didn't really like. It was like black and white chevron, so we just covered that up. So here's the other side where Jonathan's desk is. So here we have a globe, we have all this cool stuff all over his desk, and now this bulletin board is full of t-shirts. So in addition to all of the CD inserts, he has a lot of band t-shirts, so we decided to use those. This is a really cool calendar. It's like a hipster animal calendar. So this guy's a chameleon, and he's like a hipster chameleon. Actually, I think it's a girl, I don't remember. But it's a super funny calendar. So he has a calendar here. It doesn't really match the theme, but it's like super funny. He's got random pictures with students, with other teachers, with just random people. And then here are his band t-shirts. So he has some from Taking Back Sunday. They're like from everything. Like they're pretty cool. But we just cut these up and put them on cardboard. Some of them are actually folded over the cardboard, which I don't know. You didn't need to cut them, but we cut some of them because it just worked out better. And we put them on the cardboard and then stapled them onto the board, which I think looked so awesome. Now here's what his desk looked like. He has this like hub for all of his cords and stuff. So it's easy cable management. It's really clever. There's a pirate ship, there's a key, there's lots of different like fun little knick-knack things, which I personally love. This microphone we found at Hobby Lobby, and it's so cool. It's not a real microphone, it's like a little metal I guess decoration, but it's so cool. He's got a little snake down there. He's got lots of little knickknacks. He's got a picture of his wife, because everyone has to have those family pictures. And then he has a little bell that you ding when kids are a little too loud. He's got some bobbleheads, some random teacher things, and yeah, that's his desk. Now, he actually painted this desk a while ago, so I didn't catch it on film. But it used to be this really ugly desk, and he painted it black with chalkboard paint, so it looks a whole lot better. It almost looks brand new. It looks really nice. But yeah, it used to be really, really ugly. So if you are allowed to paint your furniture in your classroom, I definitely suggest it. It can really liven it up and make it look so much better. So again, there's the TA desk. We got our bookcase over here with all the books. Our clipboard wall with our bear. Here's the front of the room again. We have an explore decoration here of a mountain. We got that at Hobby Lobby. It was pretty cheap. A lot of the things we got at Hobby Lobby, they're all pretty cheap. And I want to say everything we got was on sale, which was really cool. We have a TV here. Jonathan does have a TV, so he doesn't actually have a projector anymore. They just use the TV. Book cabinet over there, which is pretty empty, and it's going to be filled with something probably later, but we don't know what. But yeah, all the white on the wall that you see is going to be covered with student work. So over on that bare board, that's where the essays go, but everywhere else where you see white on the walls, that's going to be filled with student work and student projects. So I'm just showing you what it looks like from each corner. There's the mural again. I am obsessed with this mural. It's so cute. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, so all this white, all the white over here by the whiteboard, that's all going to be covered with student projects and student work. So it's not going to stay plain white. We just needed more space to display student work. I think it's so important to display student work so that they can feel like they're doing something really great. We kind of decorated the other board over on the side, and then the other one isn't really a board. The what is it, writer's boards? That's not really a board. Like legit, it's just cloth like stapled to the wall. But yeah, we needed a place to display student work. Okay, so TA table. Here are some bookshelves that we put above the TA table. There's books on top. There's the jar for the tickets, and inside the suitcase are all of the prizes. So students can win restroom passes, extra credit passes. They can win homework passes. He has all these things in here. And if they don't want any of those, there's also some little knickknacks in there that they can win. So, for example, if we move through all this stuff, you can see that there's like a drawstring backpack, there's a book cover, There's lots of little random things, a bouncy ball, some vampire tea, lots of cool things. They're just little random knickknacks. He teaches 7th graders and 8th graders, so they are more excited about these little knickknack things than high school kids would be. If you teach elementary school, it'd probably be a great idea for you too. But he has earphones in there, so if kids ever lose their earphones or something, he has some for them to win. There's Red Ribbon Week bracelets, which you can get free Slurpees from 7-Eleven on Red Ribbon Week, which is really cool. But that's just where he keeps all of his prizes, and that suitcase does lock so kids can't get into it on their own. And it's close enough to his desk to where he can always monitor it to make sure that no one's trying to get into it. There's our books. So all of our books are neatly over there. They aren't organized, but they're, I don't know, I just really love them over there. Now this wooden bear we got from Hobby Lobby. It was pretty cheap as well. These are clipboards that are just going to hang all their work. Here's our stickers again on our cabinet, and when you open the cabinet, this is what he has. It's so cool. He has a lot of the sports characters, so he gets these pictures from magazines and from newspapers, and sometimes he just prints them out, and then he'll cut them out and he just tapes them on the inside of his cabinet. This cabinet was originally cleaned and organized, but it got a little bit messy once we finished because we didn't know where to put stuff, so it's a little bit messy in there. But I just wanted to show you the inside, what he does for that. I think it's so fun, so I'm probably going to be doing something like that for my classroom. Now here's what it looks like on the corner where the students enter. It looks pretty nice. He has his guitar, so Jonathan plays the guitar. He sings a lot, and he also has a ukulele in there, so maybe some days he'll just stop class and like have them put together a song to help them study or something. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to play during lunch or his break. But even if he doesn't, he still has that guitar there, even for decoration. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I hope you liked his classroom tour. Up next is my classroom. So I'm actually in my classroom right now, setting it up, and it's looking pretty good. So if you want to see my classroom setup videos, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified. I teach high school, so it's a completely different set of students. I also have a different theme. It's completely different than his, but I think that they're both pretty amazing. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.